everyone, and welcome back to Study2 Pro. Today we have our first video in a new series, which is going to be on productivity tips. So today we focus on all our study hall tips. So if you have an off period or a study hall at your school, here are a bunch of ways to make you more productive during that time. So without further ado, let's just get started. So tip number one is probably the most important tip, and it is to do your hardest work during your study hall. So it may be tempting to do your easier work at school and wait till home or till later to do your harder work, but it's really better to just do the hard stuff at school. That way when you get home, you have less hard stuff, or you already have a start on the hard stuff. And once you have a start, it's usually easy to finish. And once you get home, if there's an emergency or something comes up, at least you'll already have a start on your important homework, or it may even be finished just from your study hall. And with this, tip number two is to plan your work in advance. So the night before your off period or study hall, I would recommend to look over your agenda and prioritize your tasks. Then pick the ones that you can feasibly do at school and mentally estimate how much time each task will take. Plan enough tasks to take the whole time or more, so that when you're at school, you never have time without something to do. You never want to be in a situation where you still have homework to do, but you just didn't bring it, so you're just sitting around wasting good time that you could be using. Tip number three is a little bit more obvious, but it is to find an optimal place for you to work. So you want to find where you are the most productive, even if it's not where your friends are the most productive. So if it's in a classroom, you can't change that much, but you can think about being near the teacher or a window or your relative position in the room. And if you can be anywhere, try to stay at school, and especially stay in the library, just because if you're at school in a library where everyone else is working, that usually motivates you to work as well. Tip number four can be a little daunting, but definitely is a plus. So if you have the opportunity to talk to teachers during your off period or study hall, I would definitely make sure to look up your teachers' schedules, and this way you can know who can help you during your study hall if you need it, and you can find your teachers and just know where they are in advance. It's a hassle to find them when you pressingly need them, and if you just find them when you find out your off period or your study hall and make a list, then you'll just always know who's available to help you if you should need it. And the last tip is to write out teacher questions. So if you decide to ask your teachers some questions during your study hall or off period, definitely write down those questions. And I usually do this on a sticky note, and I know this can seem like it's not necessary, but definitely writing out your questions word for word is great, because it makes sure that when you actually go to talk to your teacher, you don't forget to ask them anything, and it prevents you from not going, because if you already have the questions written out, you're more likely to go and ask them just so you can throw the sticky note away, if not anything else. And those are all of our tips for study hall productivity. We hope that you really enjoyed this video, and if you did, be sure to like and comment and even subscribe, and also share this video with anyone else you think could benefit from it or would like it. If you have any ideas for other productivity tips videos that you would like to see, please leave them down below. And we'll see you next Tuesday. Bye!